here with Wyoming East quarterback Jackson Danielson. Jackson's you're just a junior, but I imagine it's been a crazy ride for you so far. I want to take you back your freshman year. You probably weren't expected to play quarterback a whole lot. Brandon Simpson is going to be the guy. He gets hurt early in the season, and you get thrown into the fire. What was that season like for you? Just being a starter as a true freshman.
Honestly, I see it as a learning season now that I look back at it. Just taking all I can in from those older guys. And the last 2 years have been that, just taking what I can from these older guys to put it into my upperclassmen years.
A lot of nerves getting thrown in there.
Yeah.
What were your first thoughts when you went on the field?
To be honest with you, I've dreamed about this since I was little, but like you said, there's a lot of nerves that whole freshman season.
You look at guys and say, man, those are some pretty big guys I'm going up against.
Yeah.
The next year, obviously COVID played a factor in all this too, but last year you had some injuries. And do you feel like that slowed your growth down any at all?
Me personally, no, but I feel like it took some tolls on the team.
I mean, you're not being in there with them.
Yeah, I feel like that injury, not much of a setback, but a learning curve to prepare myself for this season.
I understand you've been playing. You played really well over the summer in the 7-7s. But talk about the summer. What you got out of that?
Just gelling together with my team. We saw where we stood as a team, and I feel like we've come together really well as a team.
What have been the major improvements since your freshman year coming in to where you're at right now?
Just the overall chemistry. I felt like the last 2 years we weren't as much of a team as we are now this year. I feel like every guy is gelled together with every other guy.
What would you say are your strengths on a football field?
I feel like I have a good football IQ to be able to make the smarter decisions.
You played some other sports, right, before you came here. Talk about that and that experience.
I played basketball in middle school. I don't know. It's just I played basketball to keep me ready and in shape for football. That's really all I played basketball for.
Any other things you did before you came down here?
No. I started running track last year, which once again, I like that competitive atmosphere and to get me ready for football.
Who are some of the guys you look at as if you were going to pattern your game? You see a guy's games. I like that. I think that fits into well what I can do.
Russell Wilson, he's a smart quarterback. He knows his players very well. He knows his players' strengths and weaknesses, and he makes smart decisions.
Receivers, they've been, you work with a lot of them. Do you feel like you'll get chemistry with these guys, and do you have some guys you feel like you can work with the next 2 years so you can get a little continuity in the passing game?
Oh yeah, most of our receivers, I think we only have one senior receiver in the whole receiving corps. The rest of these guys, we got JJ, he's in my grade. We got Cole Axon, he's a freshman. Dustin Belcher, he's an upcoming sophomore. So I feel like the rest of my high school career, I'm going to be in sync with my receivers.
I think probably the first big game you had was, I think you had a good game against Westside your first year. Did that give you a lot of confidence? That was kind of a stat game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was.
Big numbers. Do you feel like that kind of got you started? And you had some good games after you were able to come back last year too, but that game in particular really stood out to me from your freshman year.
Obviously the goal individually is to have a big stat game for myself, but the main goal is getting the overall win as a team.
I know your coach is pretty confident about coming into this year. What are your thoughts on the season and how you think you'll do?
I feel like we're a very athletic and young group, and a lot of people underestimate us. We're the underdogs, and that's where we like to be, and we're going to prove a lot of people wrong this year.
If you had any goals in mind outside of having a winning season, getting this team back to the playoffs, obviously it's the goal for everybody. Any quarterback wants to go to the playoffs. What do you have any goals, numerical goals, or goals like that you'd like to accomplish?
I want to get 1,000 passing yards this season, and I want to make All-State. I want to have a good pass completion percentage, and just keep performing every game.
How much have you worked on since the end of the season, preparing for this your junior year? How much have you put into that, especially in the passing game?
After going 1-9 last year, the only thing I can think about is turning this season around. So my whole summer and my whole off season since football ended last year has been dedicated to getting better for football.
This is a basketball, or always has been a basketball county. You're the quarterback on the football team, obviously. Do you think this could, there were times when the school started, really good team. Do you think you can get the program back to where it was in the past?
I feel like, yeah, I think we can. As a team, we can. We got to just work together, and we can do that.
I heard too this summer at these 77, you were very pinpoint in your passing. Is that something you consciously worked on? I got improving my arm.
Yeah, I've hit the weights all summer, and like I was saying, as a team, we've all been on the field after practice. Every receiver that's on this team, we're after practice running routes so we get our timing down. I feel like that makes a big part in what we did during the summer.
What's one thing you'd like to work on? You think you have to improve
on? Just getting to know my receivers better, making smart decisions when it's time, making the right reads, throwing it to the right receiver at the right time.
Well, yeah, you've developed pretty good chemistry yet. Is there one guy?
I don't think there's just one guy individually. There's a bunch, like the whole receiving core is on the same page. The whole team's on the same page.
All right, Jackson, I appreciate the time and good luck this season.
Thank you.